Welcome in to the first official episode of Another Footy Podcast. First off, I'd like to thank anyone that took the time to listen to the trial episodes and provide their feedback. It was much appreciated. And just before we get into things, quickly, a little bit about me. My name's Joey. I'm 26 years old and I've followed NRL and footy for a very, very long time, to be honest. And I've always had like a passion or like a dream to do something like this. And shout out Nike if you want to sponsor me. I finally just told myself now's the right time. Just do it. Just do it. What am I waiting for? So here we are. A bit about my footy background. Never actually played the sport because I would have been too good. But my favorite team is the West Tigers, and we're doing okay at the moment. We're a bit up and down, but yeah, enough about me. I actually am joined by someone today. Jack,
G'day,
you want to
g'day.
introduce yourself?
What's going on? Jack, as Joey just said. Opposed to Joey, I'm a Manly fan, not a Tiger fan. Manly diehard. I was born into it. Didn't have a choice. Wouldn't have it any other way. And the reason I'm on this potty is we chat footy every day in the group chat. So why not jump on with my best mate? Just chat shit, chat footy, chat whatever.
All right. Well, we'll get straight into it. Who was your team of the round?
Team of the round for me, probably a boring answer, Penrith. They reminded us all of their will to win, their great systems, next man up mentality. No Cleary, no Yo with the Origin, but they didn't miss a beat. They beat the team coming second in the Warriors, which pretty similar system, but they just showed their true professionalism, hanging in there, late try to win it. What about yourself?
Yeah. To be honest, man, like I can't really have many disagreements. To beat the Warriors, who are in elite form themselves, without Toto, Yo, and Cleary, man, it was impressive, bro. It was impressive, and it's impressive. Like no matter who comes in, they just find a way to, like, oh man, it's
Yeah,
just
and the
I don't
way
know how
they
they
do
keep
it.
doing it, bro. I don't know how
Yeah,
they keep doing it. Whoever comes in, it's like they play similar to like whoever they're filling the void of, and I don't know, man. I don't
it
know
doesn't
how
look
does
like
Arden keep doing it.
yeah, it doesn't look like they're missing those stars. The people that step in so smoothly. You barely even notice that Cleary or Yo's not there. The way they
That's what
play.
I mean. Like Jack Cogger's putting up bombs for Casey McLean, and they look like the
Yeah,
exact same bombs that Cleary puts up.
yeah, exactly.
And man, Lindsay Smith, I don't know about you, but he surprised me playing that like link role that Isaiah Yo
Yeah,
normally plays.
it was pretty much like Isaiah, what we just touched on. Like it felt like they were playing the way the people who replaced them, or the players rather that replaced them, were playing. Just goes to show their systems.
Well, he's leaving at the end of next year, so good old Ivan's leaving, man. So there's a bit of hope in the future. There's a bit
They'll
of hope
probably
on the
win two
horizon.
comps before he goes anyway.
Well, bro, if they're beating the Warriors, like that's what's crazy. Like the Warriors, other than Penrith, bro, they're probably the most informed team at the moment. You say, right?
100%, yeah. They're second,
And
yep.
like they did that without arguably their three best players, Cleary, Yo, and Toto.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know how do they just do it, bro. How do they keep doing it? But your worst team of the round, bro?
Worst team of the round. Surprise, surprise. Number A on your list again, Brisbane Broncos. And this one's for obvious reasons. So they're playing at home. They were playing at Suncorp. They versed a team that hadn't won since August of last year. Shout out the Dragons. They lost to Dragons at home. And Brisbane had a pretty solid team. They had Haas, Carrigan, Walsh, Mam, all named. Ben Hunt. Dragons forward just outworked them and simply wanted it more.
Yeah. I've gone a bit of a different answer. I was gonna put the Broncos, but to be honest, for me, it was the Roosters.
Roosters.
Um,
Yep.
Whenever it comes to versing a top team or sort of a team that's on their level, they just disappoint. Like I
Yeah.
think Trent Robinson's record against Craig Bellamy and Ivan Cleary the last say 5 or 6 years. I don't have the exact figure, but I know that it's very
I,
bad.
you know what? You're right. I seen the figure on 360 the other night. Since
Yeah.
2020, in 28 games, Roosters have only won 3 against Penrith and Melbourne since 2020.
Wow.
3 out of
There you go.
28 games.
There you go. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know what it is. They just can't seem to compete with
They can't get
with
up
the
for
big
those games,
dogs
eh?
lately. And Sam Walker, I thought was very disappointing. I don't know if it's just because maybe he was a bit down on confidence after Origin. I thought Tedesco was disappointing. I thought as well your boy Cherry Evans. I feel
Yeah.
like he's been a bit disappointing as of late. I thought it was a time for him, to earn his paycheck and um, with a couple of the lads going to Origin, I thought maybe he'd step up and take a bit of pressure off them, but he was pretty disappointing. I thought their forwards were disappointing as well.
Yep.
Nafahu White, Angus Crichton, Spencer Lenu, I thought they all had pretty poor games. Victor Radley as well. Reece Robson, he looked pretty fatigued
You think that'll affect
after
them
Origin.
more? Origin? I think they have the most players selected in like both Origin squads. That surely
And yet
affect them throughout this
they
period.
still somehow can't compete with Melbourne and Penrith.
Fair.
But yeah, man, I don't know. The Roosters, it's weird because on paper, right, they are probably the most stacked team in the comp. Is that fair to say?
100%. They have a rep player in every position.
And legit though. And
Yeah.
look, I've said this to you privately. I think Trent Robinson is seriously overrated.
Yep.
Um, he's like written he's got a reputation of being some master coach, and really when you think about it, in 2018, 2019, he couldn't win a premiership till he had one of the best halfbacks to ever do it, Cooper Cronk. um
Yep.
as soon as he left, they haven't even made a grand final. In 2013, he had probably, although like he didn't play NRL or rugby league for a very long time, he had arguably one of the most talented rugby league forwards to ever play the game, Sonny Bill
Yeah.
Williams.
Don't remind me, mate. But yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't a good day for you.
Yeah, no. You know what? There's something to that. Any other coach, would they still be coaching if they hadn't won in that long or hadn't made a grand final in that long with the crop of players that they have? It's a fair assessment.
Exactly. Like I know you don't watch soccer, but if someone like Pep Guardiola at Man City, for example, if he went 5 or 6 years without winning the league with the sort of players and talent that he attracts, he would have been sacked a year or two ago. But Trent
Yeah.
Robinson, he's protected in the media. He hardly gets criticized, I feel like. And yeah, I don't know, man. I just feel like his reputation, he's earned this reputation, but I just don't understand it. I
Yeah.
don't
Next
understand
minute, back to back this year and next.
it.
Nah, yeah.
Who was your player of the round, bro?
Player of the round after coppering an absolute battering by this podcast last week. Val Holmes has redeemed himself. Redeemed. 2 tries, 15 runs, 160 meters, 3 tackle breaks, 2 offloads. After, you could say, a way below average season, it was good to see a veteran of our game in Val Holmes stand up.
Yeah, we did give him a bit of a grilling last week,
Yeah. Yep.
particularly myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a bit harsh. I don't know if you guys saw on the Instagram page. I did actually upload my Dragons take, and
Oh,
safe to
you
say,
did?
I did. Yeah, I did get made to look like a bit of an idiot. I'm not gonna lie, but hey, we're all here to be proven wrong, right?
Yep, can't be right all the time unless you're me.
unless you're couch coaches.
Yep, exactly.
My player of the round was number 8 again, Dylan Edwards. I thought, after Tedesco's Origin heroics, without Nathan Cleary and Toto and Yo, as we spoke about earlier, I thought he really stood up. He had a couple of try savers, so I got his full stats here. Try assist, line break assist, 7 tackle breaks, 2 try savers, and he ran for 222 meters.
Gee.
If we're looking at stats, like there's probably
Just the eye test, with Dylan Edwards.
yeah,
It's more
like
the eye
there's
test.
probably better players for the round, like the guy I got on screen, Suafar Longo. He played ridiculous, but for me, it wasn't just the performance; it was his leadership as well.
That try saver on who was it? Laban.
Yeah.
That
Hey,
was.
don't you
Yeah.
reckon Laban, he looks a bit like Sean Bloor?
Yeah, he does look up Sean Bloor a bit, eh?
It's like Nick Meaney's Mitch Moses 2.0. But yeah, I thought as well, it wasn't just his performance. I thought his leadership, he really stepped up.
He did, and he also almost had a go with Fish.
Yeah, what was that all about?
He almost had a go with Fish because Fish was giving it to Alamotti.
Yeah, that's
He
right.
wasn't
After
having-
they scored from Alamotti's knock on, he got in his face.
Yeah, Dylan Edwards wasn't having any of it.
The old teammates, eh?
Yeah.
We got the fan voted player of the round, our first ever edition, and he was the guy I mentioned earlier, Suafar Longo. Just give us briefly, what do you think of his game?
Far longer. Honestly, the way he attacks the ball with every kick return, it's like his life depends on it. And I'm pretty sure he had I don't have the numbers in front of me, but like a couple of line breaks from his kick returns. He just goes at the game. He doesn't wait for anything. Goes for it. Reminds me of Reece Walsh. But yeah, pretty good game. Suafar Longo, fan voted player of the round. How good?
I'm pretty sure he ran for over 300 meters.
No surprise. Honest, like his kick returns alone are just unbelievable. He makes like 60 meters sometimes from one kick return.
And man, similar to Penrith, like I just don't know how Melbourne keep producing these players. I mean, you're a Melbourne Storm fan. You've had the opportunity to watch fucking Billy Slater, Cameron Munster, Ryan Pappenhausen, and now Suafar Longo at fullback. Like, how the fuck did they keep producing these guys?
Honestly, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's fucking beggars belief. Something I wanted to touch on with this round, and I might go on a bit of a rant, and you can add your thoughts if needed. But
yep,
Cameron Ciraldo in the press conference for the Bulldogs is blowing up about the penalty, as we can see on the screen here, for contact on the kicker's foot. I don't know what Cameron Ciraldo is actually complaining about, but I agree that it's a soft penalty. And it makes it hard for defenders to actually contest kicks and apply a bit of pressure on the kicker. But at the end of the day, this has been a penalty for as long as I can remember.
100%.
I don't know how he can sit there and then he makes comments like, oh, well, obviously Jerome didn't think it was a penalty because he turned back and chased. Has he ever heard of something called playing to the whistle?
Yep.
Like what?
Especially Jerome Luai. He's the biggest competitor. He's not going to lay down for nothing.
Exactly. Like he's not going to give up on the play, especially when Curran picks up the ball and makes a break to score. Like I've got some examples here. We got Harry Grant against your team last year, making contact with Luke Brooks, penalty.
Yep. Harry Grant's got form, by the way. There we go.
I was just about to say Harry Grant again, making contact with Daniel Atkinson. I'm pretty sure he got sin. Did he get sin binned for the Luke Brooks one? You know that?
Not sure about a sin bin, but I know it was in the act of doing a field goal and we won the game from it.
Yeah, well, there you go. I know. I'm pretty sure he got a sin bin for this one on Daniel Atkinson.
Yeah.
We got Josh Aloye. I remember this clearly. He cost Manly the game. I'm pretty sure.
Again, yeah, that was golden point, I'm pretty sure. Yep.
And he wants to have the height to complain about the refs, right? Lachlan Galvin scores a try by losing the ball and grounding it short, and it's a try confirmed. Do you see any Tigers fans blowing up?
Yeah, nah. So honestly, Serrato's got to be better than that, blaming the refs. And I know it's been frustrating for him or frustrating for Bulldogs as a whole this year with all the media pressure of them not performing how people expected them to perform. But with the current one, like, I think if it wasn't a try or if it didn't result in a try, I don't think Serrato would actually have a problem with it because, as
Yeah.
we said, it is the way that it's been refed for a couple of years now. I think it's more the fact that they scored off it, which is what is making him burn or fume more and go at the refs. But look at this prime example. He says one cause, like the refs are against Bulldogs, but look at this prime example. He doesn't have possession. He's not gripping the ball.
That's what I mean. There's clear separation of the ball in Galvin's hand.
And this was awarded a try. Confirmed. Yeah, that was a try confirmed.
It wasn't even a bunker review, bro. That's what I mean. And Satili Tupanua shoulder charges Makasini in the head. That's a send-off on Wednesday.
That's
and
right.
It's not even a penalty for the Tigers.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how he can sit there and complain about the refereeing decisions and how the Tigers got the advantage with the refs and it cost the Bulldogs a game. You know what? I think Cameron Serrata needs a mirror.
You know who the senior review official was? Yes. Ashley Klein.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, how good.
Oh, Ashley my gosh. Klein. Yeah. I don't know. We'll sit here for hours if we fucking get into discussions about that bloke's refereeing.
Ashley Klein. Not enough time in a day, mate. Not enough time in the day.
Not enough time in the day, bro. But, yeah, I think Cameron Serrata, he needs a mirror, bro, because the last couple of weeks, listening to the Bulldogs press conferences, man, it's been a bit exhausting. Like, the lack of accountability of his own choices. I mean, flicking off Reid Marnie for Bailey Hayward, who's not a hooker's asshole. I mean, they started the game like, did they even see Bailey Hayward as their long-term hooker? They started the game with Kurt Mann at 9.
Yeah, and they had Jake Turpin in there at one stage this year.
They had Jake Turpin in there at one stage. They're starting with Kurt Mann at 9. Lachlan Galvin, the kid tries hard. He's not a halfback. He's not a game manager. He does not know how to control games. He does not know how to ice out games. He does not know how to see out games. Gus Gould on the Buy Round podcast with Graham, I believe, he said that Lachlan Galvin is most likely not the club's long-term halfback. So why are they playing him there?
Yeah, that is very weird by Gus, not going to lie.
Why are they playing him there?
To say that your current halfback, who you shifted your halfback at the time, who actually had you in the top 4 for, is not your long-term halfback on a podcast, and the coach the next day comes out and disagrees. It's not a good look for Bulldogs, that's for sure.
Something's not aligned. There's obviously a disconnect between Serrata and Gus and their long-term plans for the future.
And it's affecting the whole team as well. Look at, for example, over the weekend, there was a footage of Critter declining Galvin's captain's challenge. Or supposedly declining his captain's challenge.
And Galvin ended up being right.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. I went on a bit of a tangent, but it just frustrated me, like hearing him complain about the referees, but he was only looking at it from a Bulldogs point of view. He wasn't taking things into perspective as a whole. And
is he doing the old Wayne Bennett? Trying to
the mind games?
Yeah, because look what we're talking about. We're not talking about doggies. We're talking about him.
I mean, that is true. That is true. To be honest, I actually didn't think they played too bad. If I'm being
Yeah,
honest, like they played all right. They did well to get back into the game after being 16-0 down, I think it was. But they lacked the attacking firepower, they say.
yeah, yep.
But yeah, that's enough about that. Moving on.
Enough about Bulldogs.
uh, as our resident Manly fan, mate, Kieran Foran appointed head coach at Manly till the end of 2029. Give us your thoughts.
Go the Eagles. Should have happened sooner. Should have happened sooner. Why'd it take so long? Nah, honestly, I'm wrapped as a pretty much my whole life or long time Manly fan. Um, yeah, absolutely thrilled. Um, should have happened sooner. Good old Foz. Wouldn't find a better man
Oswald.
for the job. That's it. Um, yeah, hopefully coaches as hard as he played. We'll win maybe about 5 comps in the next 2 years.
Yeah, look, it's the appointment. It does make the most sense for Manly. He bleeds Manly. He's played for the club for many years, and the players are there clearly buying into him and what he's doing. I just wanted to bring up something for you.
Yep.
Brad Fittler in 2007, I believe it was. He took over the Roosters on an interim basis, and he did a similar thing to what Foreign's doing now, where I think they won like multiple games in a row and they made the finals. Uh, they appointed him as head coach. By the end of 2009, Fittler was sacked after winning the wooden spoon with the Roosters, I think it was.
Jeez.
Do you think anything like that could happen?
Nah. Or like it could, but nah, not on the foreign. I think he has too much respect from the playing group, too much respect from the club as a whole to even allow him to get into that position to be battling for a spoon. And I think the whole club playing squad currently are just going to buy in, which they have been for the last 7 weeks. Prime example, Luke Brooks. I've never seen him play better personally.
2018?
2018 was good. He got Dally M halfback of the year. But yeah, I think over this 7-week period, it's just the best Brooks you've ever seen. You can tell there's no hesitation in his game, which is something.
He's running the ball with a lot of confidence, and that's
Yeah, I feel like before, even at the start of this year, he used to play with this thought or like predetermined thought in his head where if he does this, this is going to happen, or if he does this, the coach is going to happen, or if he does this, this is going to be the fallout. Where I think now Foz has sort of simplified his game, and just getting him to, as you said, his running games come back. It's the best we've ever seen for a while at least.
Yeah, that's the thing with Brooksy. I feel like he's always kind of played within himself.
There's something feels like that's pulling him back, eh?
Yeah. Like it's like he can seize the moment, but he just doesn't have the confidence to. If that makes sense.
It's more of a mindset thing than ability, I think.
Yeah.
It just feels like every decision that he makes, he thinks there's going to be like a consequence behind it, which is why he sort of holds back. Whereas Foreign has got him going, not worrying about what the consequences are, just play footy.
And he's got Ola Kawatu, in my opinion, in career best form as well.
Yep. 100%.
And Jake Trbojevic, I wrote him off at the start of the year, man. I was looking at his stats. This guy's playing almost 80 minutes in the middle for like 20 run meters a game. But even since Florence come in, it's like, I don't know, what did Seabold tell him to just pass or not run the ball? Like, what is it?
You could tell, like, as soon as the first game with Foreign against Dolphins, like, Jake had the most run meters he'd had in pretty much the whole year or 2 years coached under Seabold in like the first 10, 15 minutes of that game. I think Seabold had him spreading to edges before actually earning the right to do so. Whereas Foreign's got him going through the middle, busting through the middle with the power. and then going to the edges, using the speed, using the strike on the edges.
Well, it's how traditional rugby league is played, mate, and it always works.
It's
It never
working,
fails.
isn't it? Yep.
It
If it
never
ain't broke, don't
fails.
fix it.
Connor Watson signing for the PNG Chiefs from 2028, but heading to the Dragons next year. What do you think?
You know what? I don't know about this signing for Dragons. And I know some Dragons fans are thrilled or wrapped by it, but I just don't get it. I just don't get it, honestly. Like,
Why is that?
yes, he's gonna aid the youngins coming through, like the juniors coming through. But doesn't it just step on Jacob Little's toes more? Or is he gonna play more of a lock utility role?
I was about to say, nah, I don't think so, because he probably just plays the Jacob Little role the last 2-3 years. Coming
Yep,
off the
fair.
bench, he can spell Little at hook, because Little's not an 80-minute hooker, in my opinion.
Yeah,
He can give
nah.
Little bit of a spell. He can come on that lock. I think it's a good signing for the Dragons. And
But for 1 year, like, what are they going to get out of it? I think the signing is good, but the tenure is not so.
well,
Like,
man,
1 year.
think about it. They got really young forwards, and Watson is a guy. He's been in the game for a while now.
Professional.
He's played in the rep arenas. I think he can sort of provide a bit of mentorship and leadership for these young forwards, like with respect.
Yeah.
Who, the senior forwards over the Dragons the last couple of years, that they haven't really had anyone to sort of guide and nurture these young kids through. Like,
Emre
for
Gula,
example,
bro.
that's what I mean. Like, guys like respectfully, guys like Emre Gula and David Clemmer, Blake Laurie, like, these aren't the guys to help sort of bring in the next generation, where I feel like Connor Watson is someone that can.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess they can use him as a bridge. Yeah, I get
yeah.
that.
And
Yeah.
look, I was dunking on the Dragons last week a lot, but I am genuinely optimistic about their future. Like last week, like on Sunday, is a perfect example. Picture that as like a snapshot of the Dragons' future, man. The
Yeah.
Couchman twins, bro, they are unreal. Like,
Yeah.
they dominated Payne Haas and Patrick Carrigan.
Yeah,
In
they're
my opinion,
unbelievable, eh? The Couchman twins.
Couchman twins, man,
crazy.
they are fucking really good players. Hamish Stewart is a really good player, in my opinion. Dylan Egan, I think.
Yeah. They're
Locko
forwards.
Tonga, he's showing like he's not there yet, but you can see with him like a couple of years training in like a professional NRL setting, he's going to be a very good player.
Going to be a handful.
So,
for
yeah.
sure.
So, like I said, man, I'm actually really optimistic about the Dragons and their future, especially now they've added a bit of. I'm a bit worried. I don't think Philip Sami is the signing that they need on the
Yeah.
wings. I'm not a fan, but adding Drinkwater, adding Luke Metcalf, I think they're two very good additions for the Dragons.
Great signings. Keon
Yeah.
too, don't sleep.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
How could I forget Keon? Exactly.
They got
Man,
the private
you
jet
know what I
out
mean?
for
Like,
him. How could you forget?
For a team coming last, it's a pretty impressive recruitment drive, right?
100%, yeah. And that's why I kind of feel like they've already locked Dean Young in, because why would all these players be signing if he's not locked in? But yeah, 100%, It's looking up for the Dragons. You can't get any worse, that's for sure.
That's right. That is right. That is true. Matty Lee's also signing for the PNG Chiefs. I'm going to be honest, I do not know much about this guy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he captained St. Helens to a premiership last year or year
Okay.
before.
There you go.
Could be wrong.
Actually,
Could be
I
wrong.
did hear his name a bit in the Ashes test last year.
Could be completely wrong, guys. So sorry for the misinformation if so. Because, I don't really watch Super League, I'll be honest.
Yeah, we're not really up to date. But, yeah, Michael, just briefly, right, if you're the Perth Bears at the moment, how are you feeling?
Yeah, Melvin Inga. Honestly, I'm not feeling too confident because, like, these 3 or 4 signings from PNG, you'd say they're of much higher caliber than Then what? Perth have signed.
Like, who was Perth's first signing? Do you remember?
Nah, nah.
Right, let me just quickly.
Pretty sure it was like Toby Sexton or something. Yeah, Toby Sexton. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was Harry Newman and Toby Sexton. Now
There you go.
compare that to the PNG Chiefs who signed fucking Jerome Luai and Alex Johnston.
A 4-time premiership winner and the all-time leading try scorer.
Yeah, it's not looking good for old fucking Mel and Perth.
Apples and oranges, eh?
That's right. Well, there was a big game played last Wednesday, as we all know.
Yeah.
State of Origin, Game 1, ended up in a New South Wales win.
Up the Blues.
What did you think of the game, mate?
I thought pretty shocking game, to be honest, from New South Wales perspective.
Yeah.
I wasn't after the game. I sort of like when it first happened when Teddy scored. Yes, I was wrapped. Like, of course, natural reaction. You get up, you scream. But after the game, I didn't really feel as excited as I should have, and I think that goes back to the 60 minutes or 65 minutes we played before that. We were absolutely terrible. Weren't making any ground. Our forwards were getting rolled. We're getting smashed in the fence. Lack of creativity. Couldn't get out of our own end. We're in yardage for pretty much the whole game, 60 minutes. Errors from key personnel that pretty much never happens. Brian Toto, I don't remember seeing him do 3 errors in his whole career. He had 3 errors in the first
3 errors
first half.
in one game from Brian Toto, man. I was shocked.
Yeah, and I think, and yes, we done well. And I just think if Ponga wasn't sent off, we can't say for sure, but I just think the way we're going, the way the game was going, yeah, I think New South Wales would have went down comfortably if Ponga stayed on.
And look, I do want to give a bit of credit to Queensland, man. They started the game well. I feel like we sort of, in the trial pod, we predicted that it would be a game that's sort of won and lost through the middle. I thought to start with, Fanua Blake and Mitchell Barnett were really poor.
100%.
The Queensland middles, they were dominating them, where they were making meters with ease, and that led to them scoring points with ease. I thought Sam Walker, he was seriously impressive on debut for Queensland, man. He thoroughly outperformed, in my opinion, Nathan Cleary for the first 60 minutes. His kicking game was on point. His flow of the game was on point. His control of the game. He was regularly finding kicks behind Tedesco and swinging the momentum and pinning us in our own end. I thought Stephen Crichton, for the first half, I thought he carried his Paul Bulldogs form into Origin. I thought he struggled a bit defensively. Did he make an error?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah, he had a couple of knock-ons as well. I thought he was a bit disappointing. Like I said earlier, I thought Barnett and Fanua Blake, they got dominated. Thomas Flegler fucking scored a try. He hasn't played in like 3 years.
And that's the sort of try you score towards the end of a game, but it happened in like the first 20, which was, I thought the game was gone right there. When I seen Flegler go over, that's like a try you see when the forwards have absolutely had enough in like the 70th minute, a prop strolls over, but it happened in the first 20 minutes. And I was like, geez, we're in for a long night.
Yeah, look, I don't know what Laurie Daly was thinking picking Mitch Barnett, if I'm being honest. His form this season he's done nothing to warrant a Blues jersey, and I thought that showed because, he had a very poor game.
Honestly, I think Laurie didn't do right by him by choosing him because, and not to be sad to Barnett, he hasn't really played enough games. Like, he came back from a major injury. ACL is not an easy injury to come back from. And he hasn't played enough games. That's right. He came back for a game or two and then again got injured for a couple more weeks. So he's had a real stop-start season. He hasn't played much footy. To jump straight in starting in Origin, and that's like his second or third Origin with another player that it's his first Origin, who he didn't really know what to expect. And I'm pretty sure, Fanua Blake It's a matter of he didn't really know what to expect, I reckon, because he was gassed in the first 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think the thing with Fanua Blake, I think we need to bring him off the bench.
Bench.
I'm not
Bench when
I'm
the
not sure he suits in Origin starting out the game and getting into that arm wrestle. I think he's probably better suited to being like an impact prop off the bench. But
100%. I think the start of an Origins, it's just not made for a player of his build or
yeah,
of his sort of what he bases his game on. It's because in Origin, you have to sort of smash him in the fence in the first 20. It's a
exactly.
battle of who
It's real
breaks
arm
first.
wrestle.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
he
do want to
definitely.
give a shout out to our edges, the back rowers. I thought Hudson Young and Olukawatsu were very strong.
They were. Hamole was really front loading within the first 15, 20, which is why I think he cramped and gassed out towards the back end. He was, I'm not sure if you noticed, in the first, say, 10, 15 minutes, he was leading the kick chase every time and smashing Selwyn Cobbo. Every
Him
single
and
kick.
Hudson Young.
That's right, yeah.
Just on that, Selwyn Cobbo, man, did he surprise you?
He played well. He usually has,
Man,
I was
he
expecting him to
won.
knock on. You know how he has an error here and there? Didn't
Yeah,
happen. Didn't happen.
yeah. Nah, he shocked me, man. He was probably Queensland's best back, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Best outside back, I should say.
Yeah. Hard to go past that.
Ethan Strange, what did you think of his performance?
What a debut. Honestly. Similar to Sam
Right?
Walker.
Yeah,
Smashing blokes in defense, causing errors in defense. I think his try summed up his how he's made for Origin. He
yeah.
goes to a short side with no winger, just his center outside of him. Takes on the line, short ball to his center, gets tackled while taking on the line, giving a short ball to his center. Gets back up from that tackle, continues chasing, and gets himself in a position to score and get us back in the game.
I was a bit shocked to see that Cleary actually got man of the match for New South Wales. Like, I know he scored a try, he kicked the 40-20 and all, but man, my man of the match for the Blues was Ethan Strange, to be honest.
Yeah. Yep. 100%. I
Yeah.
can't disagree there. Ethan Strange, as we touched on, defense, smashing blokes, attack, just going for it, no hesitation. Truly backed himself, made for Origin, will wear a sky blue jumper for the next 10 years.
What did you think of Casey McLean coming in?
Again, what a debut. Came on with what, 13 minutes left, something like that, 20 minutes, 15 minutes when Kula got taken off. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the first thing he did in the game was catch like a 50-meter torpedo, bro. I was like, this is this guy's first touch. He came up and took a bomb like he was freaking been playing the whole game. I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
His first one, that's right. He took it and it was like a tough contest, and the commentators are like, oh, what's going on here? And then bro catches it. And then 5 minutes later, he catches it again and runs 30 meters. And that's when we scored that try, Ethan Strange's try. He catches it, runs 30 meters, play the ball, we go out. And Krita sets up Strange.
Look, I know it was only a small sample size, but based on that 20 minutes, I'm picking him on the wing over Cooler, I have to say.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I thought,
Honestly.
you know what I thought? With
What?
Krita being, if Krita's not fit, I don't know, I think they'll drop Krita. Kulu to center, McLean to wing.
Well, did he get named for the Bulldogs on Monday? Sorry?
No, he didn't. But I heard Gus say on 100% footy yesterday that they're going to give him every chance to play, even though he's not playing for Doggies. They're going to give him every chance to play for the Blues.
Well, then we could see McLean and Kula line up on the left.
And also Onkula, he was meant to miss this week, but I'm pretty sure NRL agreed to the exemption of the 11-day stand down because we play on the 11th day.
I don't know how I feel about that, eh? Because no, it was 8 days.
No.
Yeah, because you play on Thursday, and Origin was only last Wednesday.
Oh, no way. 8 days, you're right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that, eh? To be honest, I think with head knocks and how we see people,
Mandatory,
how they can have
11
long
days.
term. effects of concussion and stuff. I would have just sat him for the 11 days. To be honest, I'm not a fan of him
True,
getting
but they have the protocols in place, and I'm pretty sure he's not like he hasn't seen any symptoms. And if he feels he's right, done all the protocols, checked all doctors checked him off. What else can you do?
But he admitted he was knocked out cold.
Yeah, he did.
That's what
But
I mean. I
apparently,
don't know, man. I just think with what we saw with Katoa and how we see people deal with long-term effects of concussion, I don't know. I'm not a fan, to be honest. But just on Cooler, shall we talk about probably the most controversial decision we've had in footy for probably since Joseph Suwali 2 years ago.
in Origin,
Kalen
yeah.
Ponga.
Honestly,
Should he have been sent off or not, bro? What do you think?
when it first happened, I was watching it with the boys. I straight away said off. The way, I think it's just the speed as to which it happened, and the fact that Ponga had so much time to decide how he was going to go into the tackle, and he still decided to go with no arm wrapped, forceful, direct, however you want to say it. I sound like a ref, but yeah. Honestly, as soon as it happened, I'm like, yep, he's definitely getting sent, especially based on the back of Suali'i 2 years ago with the same ref again, Ashley Klein. It wasn't going any other way for me.
Look, I'll admit, watching it live, at first, I did think it was a bit harsh. I will be honest. I thought maybe a sin bin would have been fair, but I did think a send-off was a bit harsh. After watching the footage a couple of times, I do agree that the send-off was the right call. I mean, he tucked his shoulder, right?
Yeah,
So
he braced for a shoulder charge.
Yeah. So he clearly went into that tackle with an illegal motion. He's gone to make a shoulder charge. He hasn't contacted Kula with his shoulder, you'd say, but
Not direct to the head.
Yeah, but the way he's gone to tackle has led to him making contact with the head.
That's right.
So, yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one. It is a bit of a
because it's Origin. Because it's Origin. If it was any other game, if it was NRL, we'd be all right with it, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Because it's Origin. You don't really want to see, even when Suali'i got, you don't really want to see, and I'm sure Queensland can.
Well, the thing is, right, I don't know. I might be just thinking with New South Wales bias here, but I could argue that Ponga's was a little bit worse because, like I said, Ponga has actually tucked the shoulder. So he has gone in with the intention of making a shoulder charge, right? There was actually no attempt to wrap or make a legal tackle.
Yeah,
with
100%.
Suwali, Walsh was falling. So if Walsh remains upright on his feet, I think we're talking about one of the greatest hits in Origin you will ever see. But because Walsh slips, Suali'i unfortunately makes contact with the head. I thought that was the right call. I thought, man, a shoulder to the head is fair enough. That is a send-off. And this is a send-off as well, in my opinion. Like I said, Ponga has tucked his shoulder. So he's obviously gone in with the intention of doing an illegal move, and it's resulted in Cooler being knocked out cold and seeing stars.
Yeah, and I think it goes back to the distance he ran and deciding to go through with that tackle, whereas Suali'i
because like you said, he had enough time to pull out and think, okay, and the thing as well, Sam Walker had tackled him pretty much. There was no real need for Ponga to do that.
He had already lost it.
If you watch the replay, Sam Walker made the tackle and Cooler was losing the ball.
Yeah, he had already lost it. That's right.
So, there was enough time for Ponga to pull out. And
I'm pretty sure Ponga has an issue, and somebody else brought it up. I forget who. Ponga has an issue with his tackle technique on his right shoulder.
He doesn't know how to.
He doesn't know how to tackle with his right shoulder. So he gets.
I'm pretty sure he tried to do it to Latrell, but
Yes,
Latrell just
exactly.
completely bumped him off.
Yeah, no, that wasn't going to work on Latrell.
Yeah, there's a big difference trying that on Latrell compared to Cooler.
Yeah, Latrell just yoinked him and scored.
Nah, but you think it's the right call?
Yeah, honestly, my first reaction as soon as it happened, send him off, send him off, send him off. And then I had to hear Cameron Smith making excuses on commentary. Like, come on, buddy.
Oh,
That's a send off every day of the
that's,
week.
that's the Queensland boys coming out, mate. Well, bro, Billy Slater even said he has no problems with it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
couldn't have been too bad, right?
That's it. 100%. 100%.
Well, for the first time ever, we've got some audience questions. So
Ooh.
this one might appeal to you a little bit. Our first question: do you think Manly will get anywhere near the grand final?
It just depends what you mean by knee, but yeah, honestly, yeah, I don't see why we can't make a prelim. If we keep doing what we're doing, playing through the middle, using our speed, using our strike, buying into Fosball, yeah, I don't see why we can't make a prelim. It's probably going to be tough to beat teams such as the Wars and Panthers, but yeah, we can definitely come close on our day. That's for sure. I'll back our boys.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna have to disagree with that one. I think you guys is definitely are playing like a top 8 team right now, but
You don't
I
think
don't
top
know.
4?
No, I think I still need to see a bit more to to say that confidently that you guys will make the top 4 and be anywhere near a grand final. Like you guys are playing well, but I do
You
think
just don't
that
think it'll last? Think it'll fizzle out a little bit?
look, you can only beat who's in front of you, as they say, but I do think there has been a bit of luck involved with versing
Yeah.
teams while they're missing key players,
Our
in my
draw has been
opinion.
a bit pretty good, our draw. Not going to
And
lie.
I don't know, he's played like 5 games at Brookie in a row or something. Like,
Our
yeah, I
first
don't
3
know.
games of the season were at Brookie, but we lost all 3.
Oh, there you go. Question number 2. What
Yep.
changes should New South Wales make for Origin 2?
Like unforced changes. I'm pretty sure you go AFB bench, Saifidi drops out,
Yep.
Payne Haas in. That's unforced changes if
Yep.
everybody's fit, like game 1. Also, Ethan Strange, bench. Mitchell Moses back to 6. And probably Appy. Get Appy in there for our hooker.
Well,
Hooker
Brayley's
bench.
injured, so there's definitely a spot that needs to be filled.
And I like Appy as a last 20-minute hooker with tired forwards going over the
Because
ad
he's
line.
very deceptive around the ruck. So if he comes on when there's a bit of fatigue involved, he could run amok.
Like Brayley done in game 1. I thought Brayley came on and done well.
Yeah, he did. But the thing is, like, that's the thing. You will never know. Is it because they had 12 men? Or
Yeah, that's why it's a bit hard, eh?
yeah.
Reviewing a game when there's a send-off.
Yeah, I agree. I would personally start Ethan Strange. I think he'd done enough to earn it.
No Mitch.
I'd have him on the bench. I'd swap the roles. I'd have Mitch come off the bench and I'd have Ethan Strange starting.
Jeez. You think
yeah.
I don't think Mitch. I think Mitch is the type of player you start or you don't play at all. I don't think he's off the bench. I feel like Ethan Strange would add way more
Well, you don't
on
have
the
to play
bench.
him, bro. You can just have him on the bench as cover.
So sack Mitch Moses completely.
I'm not
Unless the
saying
halves
sack
go
him, bro.
down.
Yeah.
Unless the halves go down during the game.
Like I said, bro, I think we both agreed that Ethan Strange was the man of the match. Was that fair to say?
Yeah, 100%.
So how can you drop him to the bench?
Because Mitch Moses has been there, done that. He's won us shields at Suncorp.
Yeah, I know, but Ethan Strange, like I'm saying, like he's in form, he's confident. He
Yeah,
he was the best player on the field for the Blues, in my opinion.
100%.
I
Yeah,
know.
I,
I
I
just
get
can't
all
see
that.
how you can do him.
I get all that, but from a team perspective, I just think him dropping back to the bench, he can cover center if needed, if anybody goes down. He can cover 5'8", halves. Why not chuck him in at second row if something happens? He can cover
Ethan
more
Strange
positions
at
than
second
Mitro.
row.
In this day and age, in this game, why not? I
I
just
don't know
think he
about that,
covers
man.
more positions than Mitch Moses.
Well, there's no reason why, if any of those position changes needed to happen, that couldn't happen with Mitch Moses on the bench and then Ethan Strange just moves into that role.
I don't know. I think someone that's won you a comp at Suncorp, a trophy, a series at Suncorp, I think it'd be just disrespectful to bench him. You either play him or you don't.
I don't know. Yeah, like I said,
We
I
got
have
to
to
we got
disagree.
we got to agree to disagree, eh?
How is that disrespectful though?
Would the Queensland ever do that?
Yeah,
Put
I feel like.
Nah, they wouldn't put JT on the fucking bench. They wouldn't put Cronk on the bench
But
after he's won on comps.
Jonathan Thurston's done a lot more for the Blues than Mitch Moses has, bro. Like in my opinion, I don't think Mitch Moses has like he's played well. And like you said, yeah, he did win us. Well, actually, really, it was Jerome Luai that broke the game open, not Mitch Moses. But um, I don't think that he's done enough in the Blues jersey to sort of earn this incumbent role where it's like, okay, we have to pick Mitch Moses. And the thing is, right, he's not playing for Para on Monday. He hasn't played for Para the last 2 weeks. So we're going to thrust a guy who hasn't played in 3-4 weeks when you got Ethan Strange, who's been playing 80 minutes of good footy every week. Like, I don't know,
I
man.
think I think if it's fair points you're making, but I think if Mitch Moses is fit, you've got to pick him. Honestly, just his kicking game alone. And I know Strange adds that running, X factor, speed. He's an Origin player, but I just feel like he's way better on the bench and can offer us way more on the bench than if we start him and bench Moses.
Fair enough. Would I make any more changes? I think I did allude to it earlier. Honestly, yeah, I would pick Casey McLean over Cooler. I
Yeah,
just
I
thought,
thought Kula was one of our best, to be honest.
look, he
Before he got
don't get me wrong, he did play well, but if I'm being honest, I just that 20 minutes of McLean, he gave me a lot more confidence than he did with 60 minutes of Cooler on the wing. I gotta be honest, bro. Like Casey McLean, bro, he just came in and he was like straight away, he was like Ethan Strange, bro. It was like this guy, he's built for this, like he's made for this arena.
But what if the roles were reversed? What if Casey McLean was playing those 60 minutes comfortably, reliable, and Kula comes on and does what Casey McLean done? Would you have the same reaction? I just feel like it's the way that it happened that you're saying it's making it seem more than what it was.
Yeah, that's a fair point, but yeah, I don't know. As well, I think if we're talking in terms of wingers, right? Not that he made any errors under the high ball, but I think McLean is a lot safer under the high ball compared to Kula. And we
To
saw
be
it
honest,
against Penrith. I mean, sorry, against the Warriors on Sunday. He scored a great try off a Jack Cogger kick by leaping in the air and catching the bomb. So
yeah.
we go on.
Look, I wouldn't mind seeing Kula, and if Critter's not fit, I wouldn't mind seeing Kula at center with McLean on the wing because I feel like putting Kula at center takes away his best weapon, which is one-on-one against his opposite center. And he didn't have enough chances doing that because you're on the wing. You can't really get one-on-one with anybody. And you've seen what
Yeah.
he's done this year or like pretty much for the last 2 years. When he gets one-on-one with his center, good night. Try. Doesn't matter where he is.
Even if that opposite center is Hammer.
100%.
Oh, wait, no, it's Robert Toyer. Sorry, it's not Hammer.
Either.
Wait, who's the right center for Queensland? It's Robert Toyer.
Yeah, Robert Toyer.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Kula up
either
against yeah. Do you think he'd go all right?
Kula buffed Toyo earlier this year. Scored a 80-meter try at Brookie against him.
Actually, yeah, he did too. I remember that.
Yeah.
Um, Terrell May, would you try and find a spot for him?
Um, I don't know.
Terrell May or Jackson Ford? Would you try find a spot for one of them?
Yeah, Jackson Ford. Yeah.
Yeah,
The only thing about Terrell May, and don't get me wrong, I love Terrell May. Like crazy stats, crazy everything, crazy motor. I just feel like his movement in D, in Origin, I don't know how it hold up. He does tend to get sloppy in the middle in
yeah, but
D.
that's because Benji flogs him every week for fucking 70 minutes.
How would you play him in Origin though? 20-minute stint, the 40, 20-minute stint
Well,
back in
for
first
example,
half
I think he'd be much better than Barnett and Fanua Blake in where that
starting.
opening arm wrestle of the game. Like he's someone,
Yeah,
his tackle efficiency, it's in the 90, I think 94% or something like that. Like he'll make his tackles. I feel like his runs are impactful enough. He has a decent offload in his game. Look, I don't
that's a
know. I
fair.
might just be sounding like a biased Tigers fan, but I
No,
generally
that
think it's a fast that he's not playing Origin.
it is a fair shout. You know what? And you're right because Benji does tend to overuse him, and rightfully so because he's a machine. But yeah, if they use him right in Origin and know when to use him, or if they start with him for the first 20 and take him off, yeah, could be a good selection.
Like, think about it as well. He's capable of playing that second phase footy too. So, if needed, like he can sort of break the game open with his offloads and stuff.
Yeah, but honestly, if he starts Origin, I think they'll just get him to just run hard, play the ball quick, make your
Yeah.
tackles, get off, put Murray and Radley on.
All right. Well, question number 3. What's the one thing you would change in the NRL?
In the whole NRL.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Do you want me to say my answer while you think about it?
Yeah, go.
It's pretty simple. I think that the bunkers should be able to rule on forward passes. I still don't know how we've
Yeah.
sat here for this many years and the video refs or the bunker can't rule on forward passes. Like, some of them are just the most blatant things that you'll ever see, which the refs still get wrong somehow. The refs are right there, the touches are right there, and somehow they can't make the
Yeah.
right calls. But
In 2026, they can't. Like, we have AI Gus, but we can't determine if a pass went forward.
we should have got AI Baxter for this episode.
AI Baxter, eh?
Speaking of Baxter, he talked up a big game about appearance fees, and on arguably the most important episode so far, where is he?
He done a no-show, bro.
He's nowhere to be seen. So, if he wants to mention appearance fees again, I think this episode will be being brought up. But yeah, honestly, I genuinely don't know how all these years later the bunkers still can't rule on forward passes. So many tries would be sitting there where you're thinking, what the fuck? Like, all of those moments will be gone.
Yeah. 100%.
Wasn't there one just on the weekend?
Yeah, pretty sure.
But yeah, have you thought of anything yet?
Yeah, my one was bring back forced restarts. I'm sick of a team building pressure, getting a forced restart, and then the team with the drop goal does a 2-meter drop goal that goes nowhere, and they end up getting the ball back. It's like, where's the reward for playing traditional footy, getting repeat sets and applying pressure and breaking down your opposition? It's gone.
It's gone, mate. The whole rules nowadays are a joke, bro.
Yeah, I'll just get rid of the that rule. I don't know what rule they changed. Where I think it's if you go short and it doesn't go 10, you're not penalised or something like that anymore.
Oh,
Is that the
so
rule?
yeah. When you used to kick a drop out, if it didn't go 10, it'd be
It was a
penalty.
penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And sometimes teams would choose to take the 2.
That's exactly right. Now every team goes short because you're not penalised for it, and it ruins
Yeah,
the
yeah.
forced dropouts and the applied pressure. And I used to love to see a team spend 8-9 sets building pressure, and then they finally crack and score a try. Now you don't see that. Now you see bang. Oh yes, we got a forced dropout, and then 30 seconds later the other team has the ball because they kicked it short. It's like, geez. Where's all that excitement gone now? Yeah,
Well,
but I just think that's
question
one of those
number
rules.
4. I'm not sure if the person was taking a piss here, but I will read it out. Why are the Dragons making a generational run to the top 8, and who will they beat in the grand final? Look, mate. The question I got to ask you is, did you
Give me
turn off
some.
Rugby League Live 5 after making this question?
Whatever you're on, mate.
playing
I
career
want.
mode with Dean Young?
Fucking hell. Why are Dragons making a generational run to the top 8, and who are they beating the GF? Fuck. How do you answer that one?
You got anything to add?
Are we talking about New South Wales Cup or what's going on?
Well, they did make the New South Wales Cup grand final last year, so maybe.
Yeah, there you go. I think he's talking about Cup. Or Ron Massey. Who
He's
knows?
got a bit confused.
He's got to be talking about Ron Massey.
Yeah, I don't know. I think old mate was playing his PS5 when he read that question.
Yeah, I think that
appreciate it though. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, champ.
Thanks, champ.
All right. Well, our tips for this round. Mine on the left, yours on the right. Do you just want to read yours out for those listening on Spotify?
Yeah. So Manly, up against Rabbits. You got Knights, Roosters, Dolphins, Brizzy, Penrith, Sharks, and Doggies.
Can't believe you didn't tip the Tigers.
What are you going?
Yeah, look, similar tips for the round. I went Manly. I have back Melbourne against Newcastle. Just because it's at Amy Park, I think that gives Melbourne a slight advantage. Roosters and Canberra. Look, that was a hard game for me. I have gone the Roosters to bounce back, but I'm still tossing and turning because Canberra at home, they are a hard team to write off. I've backed the Cowboys to bounce back at home against the Dolphins. I've tipped the Broncos against the Titans. Penrith against the Tigers. Sorry, Tigers. Sharks. Who are the Sharks facing again?
They're versing Dragons.
The Dragons. They're versing the Dragons. No, I don't think the Dragons are going to go on a generational run to
Back
the
to
previous
back.
question. And the Bulldogs against the Eels. I have tipped the Bulldogs, but
You know what? Yeah, that could be a smoky as well. I was thinking.
with these games, man, like I feel like there's
That's a
always
Monday
games
game.
like Easter Monday between the Tigers and Para, Anzac Day between the Dragons and Roosters, and the Queen's birthday between Para and Dogs. I feel like this is a fixture where no matter what sort of form the teams are in, it's always going to be a close game.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what?
So even what?
They're on the same level, bro. Doggies aren't really good this year.
is
Eels
true.
will give it to them. Eels will give it to them, bro.
And that's the thing, bro. Para, I feel like they would be doing a lot better, but fuck, they do got some injuries, man.
Yeah, there wasn't it Jack Williams captaining them last week?
Yeah, that's
And he's captaining again this week. That goes to show how many injuries they have. No disrespect to Jack Williams, but yeah.
Hey, he's solid, Jack Williams.
He is, yeah. I just didn't expect his name to be like with the captaincy, but yeah, he's definitely solid. Definitely solid.
Look, just on that game, we actually are doing a giveaway for 2 free tickets.
Ooh.
So,
tell them what they need to do to enter.
Just give me a second. So we have to follow our page on Instagram, which I'll plug in the bio on YouTube. Subscribe to the podcast on YouTube, which you can send me proof by DM on Instagram.
What is
And you
it?
have to, it is Another Footy Podcast 6.
So
Unfortunately, Another Footy Podcast was taken. So,
at, so at Another Footy Podcast
Footy
6,
Podcast 6, yes, on Instagram. And
latest post.
yeah, so follow our page on Insta, subscribe to the podcast on YouTube, and just reshare the post on your Insta story. And you will enter the chance to win 2 free tickets to the Bulldogs and Parra game. So, yeah, hopefully, this is the start of many giveaways.
That's it.
Exciting stuff, mate.
Go the Eagles.
Well, that's it for today's episode. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Nah, I think we hit the proverbial nail on the head. So, yeah, that's a
Well,
wrap.
that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in for next week's episode.
Peace.